Jesus Christ, Dexter, you're the Bay Harbour Butcher. Jesus Christ, Harrison, you're the Bay Harbour Butcher's son. Welcome back to Folk Entertainment. We're looking at Dexter Resurrection. We're talking about another one of the big talking points in the future episodes. Hopefully it's episode 3, because I just cannot get enough of La Passion. Angel Batista cruising the streets of New York, wanting answers, demanding answers, and hopefully we get some answers. Tell you what, man, you know, part of your heart does break for the fact that, like, Batista and Dexter's relationship is truly never going to be the same again. I don't see how he's on to him and they're going to go back to eating Cubanos and doing shots, talking about La Passion, going to bars, drinking, reminiscing. I think too much hurt's happened, and Batista's on to him, man. You seen that look when Batista was leaving the hospital room? It does, man. See, he's a fan of the show. You'd be lying to suggest that doesn't hurt you, that, you know, two characters that, you know, had a good relationship. I mean, I know Dexter does fake a lot of his feelings, but he wouldn't want Batista to die, put it that way. I mean, he still cares about the guy. But I guess you could say he cared about, like, LaGuerta and people like that. And then, I mean, I do believe he cared about Batista a wee bit more than LaGuerta, right? But LaGuerta was his LT for years. What was she then? The deputy. She was the deputy. Then she ended up being the captain. And it's like, look how quickly in season 7 Dexter just turned it against LaGuerta. I mean, I know it was kind of her or him, but he was willing to kill her. And it'll be interesting to see what he does with Batista. Tell you what, LaGuerta's not exactly a fan favourite, folks, but if Dexter decides to kill Batista, I don't think there's going to be too many happy people with that decision, because I think all of us like a wee bit of Angel Batista, and I really hope I think it would be a nice come full circle moment if Angel Batista arrested him. It would kind of be like the last man standing, the OG from the team, bringing him in. Obviously, I mean, Masuka and Quinn exist, but Quinn's not exactly an OG. He did come in, season 3. But yeah, LaGuerta's dead, Deb's dead, Dokes is dead. What about Miller? Aye, that rock star. What was that storyline, by the way, folks, in season 8 about Miller getting the sergeant's job? And Quinn's just having to accept it. She gets the sergeant job, folks, and then I don't even think we've seen her once after that. What a piss poor job they did. And I get it, final couple of episodes of season 8, we're not going to waste too much time with you know, Sergeant Miller, but yeah, that should have been built up a hell of a lot better. But anyway, back to Resurrection. So the big man, Angel Batista, he's in the streets of the Big Apple. He's a big man himself. He's demanding answers. The plate of the pickup truck has brought him to New York City, but obviously the pickup truck is in the hotel where Harrison works, and he confronts Harrison. But speaking of Harrison, folks, right, am I the only person that's kind of confused to a degree where it's like, if season 4 is set in 2009, right, and Dexter's a show where it actually there's a lot of mention about dates. You watch some TV shows where they barely mention dates, and Dexter's a show where it mentions dates and seasons a lot of the time. So if Harrison's born in 2009, but New Blood came out in 2021, right? That would put me like 12 years, unless we're setting a later timeline than that. But apparently he was in high school in New Blood, but now he's working in a big hotel in New York. How's he landed that? And he's passing exams? Come on, man, somebody explain what's going on. But Batista confronts him. He's like, oh, I'm an old friend of your dad, Harrison. I've seen a clip in New Blood where Batista kind of like, oh fuck, what was the name of his son? Oh, I forget. Walks away, comes back. Oh, Harrison, it was Harrison. But Harrison basically buries Dexter. He's not the man I thought he was. And he's like, who, your father? And Batista's like, yeah, your father's not the man I thought he was. So yeah, you want it even further confirmation that Batista and Dexter's relationship has hit the rocks, and I mean, look no further than that. It's a shame, man, but that's what happens in TV shows. people's relationships go fucking down the drain, and that's what makes for compelling television. It's like Deborah and Dex. I loved the dynamic between the two for the first 6 seasons. Hell, I loved the dynamic between the two in the last 2, but it was, I mean, obviously that reveal's just going to put it past recognition. It's weird, like, probably the one guy that would be fine with it, well, not fine, but I would say be the most fine with it of all the people that are, you know, connected throughout the show, would probably be Quinn in terms of who's still alive, because Quinn and Dex never really got on. They got closer to season 8 through to a close, and then it's obviously self-defense, you know, what a line for Quinn backing his boy. So could we see a double turn for Quinn on Batista? Nah, don't think Quinn would turn on Batista, not without probable cause, or at least, yeah, that's not going to happen. But I don't think Quinn, could we see a scene where Quinn's like, because they know about the fandom, and they know a lot of people's like, oh, Quinn knew the whole time. Which he didn't know the whole time, right? Clearly in season 5, maybe I like get switched, and he's like, you know, I'm actually alright with this guy doing that. But could we see Quinn essentially get Batista off the tail of Dexter? Because he likes what he does, but then again, Dexter's not been in Miami for a long, long time. It's not like Dexter's in Miami and he's taking care of bad people. And that's like, you know, doing Miami Metro a favour, even though it's a lot of unresolved cases because Dexter's killed him. But anyway, folks, leave your thoughts down below. Big Batista and Harrison meeting face to face. It looks like a good scene. I've seen people speculate about Harrison killing Batista. Guys, I think I'd lose my shit, pal. I would not like that. Like, I don't think Harrison's a bad character, but he's not exactly Angel Batista. La Passion. Can't be having that.